Palma. Oh,
man.
that's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
To Del Fuentes.
Oh, wow.
Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Malonia is open. 3-point.
My goodness! Face a jumper by Robin Celis.
Caballero has time.
Now it gets Martin Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness!
The stage is set inside the Nueva Ecija Coliseum for what could be the most exciting game yet, the battle of the undefeated. 50-50 ball from Billy Ray Robles and Mike Calisaan, offense and defense from Robbie Celes, and the scoring machines in Orlando Omar Jr. and JC Marcelino. The list goes on as we go along. Buckle up, folks. This is San Juan versus Nueva Ecija dito lang sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Raymond Ugdatan.
The fake shooters.
Lamar! Yes!
No.
Oh, look at this! A rim rocker from Cristiano Ronaldo!
Oh, my.
Two former champions out to regain glory this season. A matchup coming at a time when there's no stain in their records. Epic playoff encounters, thrilling finishes, and superstars coming to the fore. This is a rivalry rekindled. It's Nueva Ecija and San Juan going at it dito sa Nueva Ecija Coliseum in Palayan City. And what an occasion para dito kay Mike Calisaan and the Knights. They visit the home of the Rice Vanguards, trying to pin a first defeat on their fierce rivals. It's the battle of the undefeated. San Juan against Nueva Ecija, two former champions sa liga ng bawat Pilipino. Magandang gabi mga kaliga, si Daf Tupas kasama si Christian Luanzo and Mika Abisamis gave you that wonderful intro earlier. Mapapanood nyo kami sa Facebook and on YouTube and also on Solar Sports. And what an occasion, what a matchup para dito sa atin on this Saturday evening.
Well, certainly box office. You're talking about two teams, 19-0 combined. The only two teams undefeated. Now, as you know, clearly stated by our ad, but really what's at stake is really yung pride ng dalawang koponan na to, because these are two teams aspiring champions, no, to be two-time champions. It's only been done by Pampanga in 7 seasons. San Juan has won once. Nueva Ecija has won once. And these are two teams who are clearly undefeated and aspiring for that next championship this season.
There's, both organizations have set high standards for themselves dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. And we check out our team standings, where they are, because there are, may konting galaw dito sa ating team standings with the result earlier. Pasay and Pangasinan. Pangasinan winning. They improved to 6-4.
Huge win.
Oo. And that record right there, 10-0 ang Nueva Ecija. San Juan, 9-0. And what? Anong masasabi mo dito with this matchup coming at this point of the season?
Well, remember our format. You only get to play teams once, no? In our 30-team league, 29 games. And that means this is the only time that you're gonna meet before the playoffs if macross yung paths niyo. And obviously, being the top two teams, there's that forecast already. But you want to have sort of like the psychological advantage papasok ng larong iyon. Now, there's a lot of factors that comes into play. But today, what's important is that only one team will stand without a dent on that losing column.
San Juan in their last game, they prevailed over Pasay. It was a close game all throughout, and they needed a clutch play down the stretch 75-74. Game winner from Dexter Maiquez thanks to an Orlan Wamar assist para dito sa San Juan, winning 75-74.
Well, as the song by Katy Perry says, the one that got away, this was the one that did not get away from San Juan because it was almost there, up by 4 in the last 31 seconds. You know, committing some lapses that resulted for Pasay to get into that lead. But after that terrific set play orchestrated by Coach Alex Angeles, putting the ball in the hands of Orlan Wamar, his best player, to make a play, and he delivered that to Dexter Maiquez for the game winner.
And Nueva Ecija naman, on the other hand, in their last game, different, it resulted into a win, but you know, in a different fashion, because this was a convincing win, 98-50 against the winless Bulacan Cuyas, and you know, it was a warm-up para dito sa laban na to, but matagal-tagal din ang break. May 8 yung last game itong Nueva Ecija, same day when San Juan also played.
Totoo yan, and this game really, the disparity between the best record in San Juan, number 1 in the division, and the worst record in the league in Bulacan was just that full display. You look at the numbers, no need to explain. What's important, as we just said, they're at home, they want to defend home court, has so far been 2-0 here in Nueva Ecija. They want to make it 3.
And a player matchup, you know, superstars are here in this building. Orlan Wamar Jr. and JC Marcelino, former MVP JC Marcelino, Orlan Wamar,
Mythical team member.
first team members,
First team,
both
yes.
players, first team members, but tingnan mo yung mga numero nila dito, Christian, ang you know, almost identical, but alam natin na different ang roles nila sa kanilang kupunan.
Well, I think JC Marcelino has been established himself as a scorer all throughout his career, especially in Zamboanga. A different scenario, obviously, here. More talented team here in Nueva Ecija. But how about setting the table? Really a waiter of serving itong si Orlan Wamar. The disparity of assists, halos 4 compared kay JC.
And both players are with our Mika Abisantes.
You know, I'm really getting goosebumps being beside these scoring machines. Orlan Wamar Jr. and of course, JC Marcelino. Orlan, easy 15 to 20 points, ano? Itong si JC Marcelino, bawat laro. Anong sabi ni Coach Alex para kahit papano mapigilan ito?
Una sa lahat, magandang gabi sa lahat ng mga Nueva Ecijanos. Maraming salamat sa pagtanggap sa amin dito. Kailangan lang namin talaga gawin yung kung anong game plan namin sa kanya. Kailangan maging 101% focus and physicality nga kailangan namin dalhin dito kasi home court nila. So yun, sana ma-stop namin itong taong na to.
Orlan, anong gusto mo sabihin sa fans ng San Juan?
Sa fans ng San Juan, tutok lang po kayo at yung mga kaliga natin na suportahan nyo pa po yung liga. Tumutok lang po kayo kasi maganda yung laban na to.
Maraming salamat, Orlan Wamar Jr. JC, talagang threat na itong si Orlan, no? Kahit sa anong larangan. Sa tagal mo na siyang nakakalaro, sa tingin mo bakit mas magaling pa siya ngayon?
Ayun nga, minsan gusto ko i-chat kung anong sekreto niya Kaya, hindi, joke lang. Siyempre, kita naman natin sa loob ng court Pag nasa loob ng court siya, talaga work hard siya. Kaya, ayun, siguro lumalabas talaga yung laro niya, yung galing niya. Ayun, kailangan talaga namin sila i-stop yung Wamar. Kundi, wala, tatambakan lang kami pag.
Maraming salamat, JC. JC, lahat ng tao dito sa loob ng Nueva Ecija Coliseum pumunta ngayong gabi para sa inyo. Ano gusto mo sabihin sa kanilang lahat?
Yun, maraming salamat sa mga taga Nueva Ecija. Patuloy nyo kami suportahan. Manalo matalo, suportahan nyo kami. Tsaka yung MPBL, suportahan din natin lahat. Yan, maraming salamat.
Alright, maraming salamat, JC Marcelino. Now it's gonna be Nueva Ecija versus San Juan. Miguel Pere, take it away.
And here we go, mga kaliga, with our main game here at the Nueva Ecija Coliseum in Palayan City. Tonight's main game features the battle of the undefeated between the two former MPBL champions, San Juan Knights, and your Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Live on Solar Sports, the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Here are the starters, beginning with the MPBL Season 2 champions, San Juan Knights. Starting at guard, number 13, Royce Alforque. Also at guard, number 0, Sean Jackson. Coming in at center, number 2, Mike Canisan. Forward number 7, Ron Dennison. And the other forward number 15, Arvin Gamboa. The head coach for San Juan Knights is Alex Angeles. Assistant coaches, Jonathan Banal, RB Mangas, James Angpin, Nat Gregorio, Paulo Gorospe, Jigs Guadamur, PJ Maningan. Team manager is Julius Mon. Team owner is Honorable Senator Jinggoy Estrada. And now, Palayan City, get on your feet, because it's time to meet the starting unit of your MPBL Season 4 champions, Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards Megabet. Starting at forward, number 51, Big Bang Toto, Byron Villarias. Also at forward, number 8, Robbie Celis. Coming in at center, number 14, Will McAloney. And from the guard lines, the Twin Turbos, the Marcelino Twins, JC and JV. The head coach for Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards Megabet is Don Dulay. Assistant coaches Rob Wainwright, Matt Macalintal, Arnold Oliveros, Jonathan Uyloan, and Rick Season. Assistant team manager is Jending Dedice. Team consultant is Von Monta. Team manager Raymond Dizon. Team owners are Ivan Cuevas, Ryan McCuevas, and
Starting 5 is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. It's the first time in the league na dalawang player halos magkasabay yung ina-announce. JC and JB Marcelino in the starting lineup. Kasama nila si Will McAloney, Rob Celis, and Toto Villarias for Nueva Ecija. The visiting San Juan Knights, Royce Alforque, Sean Jackson getting a surprise start, Mike Calisaan, Arvin Gamboa, and Ron Dennison, who's been solid this season for San Juan after that ACL injury, also getting the starting nod para kay Coach Alex Angeles and Coach Don Dulay for Nueva Ecija. Two extremely hard-working coaches here battling it out in our main game as well.
Pero bago ako mag-comment doon, I would probably beg to differ sa unang sinabi mo. Kasi parang nagsabay na rin tinawag si Alan and James Mangahas. Nung pinasok sa loob, meron bang Matt and Marlo Aquino. Mag-ama pa yun. Pero ito kambal kasi. Kambal eh.
Nag-turbo twins ang pag-introduce eh.
Tama.
There's Will
I could
McAloney. Yes. Inside, Jackson showing us his athleticism there para sa agaw na to. A turnover for Nueva Ecija in their first possession. Arvin Gamboa up against Robbie Celis. They go to Dennison. Alforque. 8 seconds to work with. Gamboa. Atake. Gamboa trying to go for the reverse. Rebound ni Robbie Celis. Celis drives. Left-handed scoop, won't go. Rebound ni Calisaan. Takbuhan to. San Juan and Nueva Ecija. Calisaan picks it out. Alforque for 3. Masyado malakas. Out of bounds.
Well, that's actually good execution in the half court and in transition by San Juan. Just unable to buy a basket, no? The first miss was by Gamboa, wasn't able to finish strong. And the open shot by Alforque in transition. Tingnan natin kung ano meron ng Nueva Ecija sa possession ito. They go inside to McAloney to open up this ball game.
McAloney scores underneath it. It's been a while, since we've seen a really, really dominant game galing kay Will McAloney. He's had plenty of that over the course of his career dito sa Nueva Ecija. But injuries have been a problem para kay Will. And ang ganda doon sa game against Bulacan is that I felt that he sort of got his rhythm in that game.
Well, yun ang maganda sa mga ganung laro. Si Dennison inside with the finish. You can use it as a springboard para papasok sa mga big games tulad na meron sila ngayong araw, home court pa nila. E tingnan natin kung si Macaloni can follow through on that.
Robbie attacks middle. Masyadong malakas. Alforque gets on the end of the loose ball and Royce Alforque is away.
I can't believe what I just saw because he outsprinted itong si JV Marcelino for the loose ball and eventually to beat him at the rim for the layup. Bihira mangyari yun.
Yeah. And I think this is the reason why Jackson has been inserted into the starting lineup. And he has the assignment on JC Marcelino. Check out this fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X-Pop, personal karaoke speaker. Everyday karaoke.
Kung titignan mo, no, medyo lamang sa pwesto before the loose ball. Biglang na-outsprint ni Alforque and was able to go for that ball. Again, for the layup and the turnover forced once again by San Juan. So that's 2 straight turnovers against Nueva.
Coach Don Dulay. Was Ivan Cuevas there? Tabi niya. 4-2. Their toughest test so far, parehong kupunan. San Juan and Nueva Ecija. Denison launches the 3. Short rebound. Macaloni. Villarias was ahead. And Jackson negating the transition opportunity para kay JC. Quick hands by Denison, but Macaloni flips it up and in.
Maganda no, nung pag-handle ni Macaloni ng pressure doon. 2 white shirts rotating on him. Got a mishandle of the ball, was able to recover and showing the touch of that tough angle in the short corner.
Gamboa knocks down that 10-footer. It's 6-4. Robbie. Now with Toto. Macaloni. Well defended. Taken away by San Juan. It's Denison on the move. Ron Denison. Blocked by Toto Villarias. And a foul on... looks like JC Marcelino. Kay Mike Alisan. This is the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Beautiful bounce pass right there to Gamboa for that short corner jumper. And on the fast break, San Juan, actually na-outnumber sila ron eh. 2 white shirts inside the paint. I believe that was Denison and si Calisaan. And 3 green shirts. And yet, ang nakakuha pa ng second chance ay yung disadvantage. No? Kaya si Calisaan na-foul nandito na sa free throw line.
Calisaan 6 the free throw, 2 for 2. 8-4. There's a parang ramdam ko yung tension dito sa loob ng Coliseum natin. Robbie Celis, he has not found his rhythm yet in this ball game.
Well
Jackson
contested by Gamboa.
inside. Calisaan cleans it up.
And quickly attacks on the other end. Simple create on the drive. Jackson making some solid plays with his passing.
10-4. Macaloni, they go to Robbie inside. He lays it in.
Ayan yung isang paraan to get yourself going. Nabanggit mo, medyo nag-struggle siya sa start ng larong ito. Pinasok niya na sa loob.
Alforque shoots over JV Marcelino. Quick hands by JV. Quickly to Celis. Robbie attacks and he draws the foul on Arvin Gamboa. And grabe yung coaching instinct ni Coach Don. He calls up Manaytay after those 2 straight misses. And then as soon as Robbie Celis scores on this assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory.
Pinabalik na ulit.
All with 1xBet.
Return to sender. At ito si Robbie Celis of that transition of what I thought was really a poor decision on the part of Arvin Gamboa. Hindi naman siya talaga naiwanan, to give up that foul. Every time you want to give up a foul, especially in transition, it's only sa pagkakataon wherein the player is going for a clear layup. Giving up the foul instead of the 2. But that time I thought he had a chance to give a good contest. And sometimes, even giving a good contest, baka pumasok, pero at least, nandun ka instead of giving up the 2 free throws.
It's 10-7. Halfway through this first period, Sean Jackson. We go to Kalisan, fires and hits over Macaloni. He's on his game.
Excellent read right there by Kalisaan. Pagka-face basket niya, naramdaman niya, nakita niya itong si Macaloni, hindi lumapit. And hand down, he was able to knock down that short corner.
Marcelino shoots. Mintis Alforque with the rebound. Royce pushing.
Pass.
Jackson stepped on the line. And this is the thing with San Juan's team as well. Alam natin, JC, JV, Marcelino, perhaps the 2 of the most athletic guards in the league. But San Juan has some young legs to counter.
Tama ka dyan, no?
Sabandal, Alforque, Jackson, and Nico Panganiban to some extent.
Pag pumasok, di ba? At maganda pa rito, meron din silang mga veterano tulad ni Reynald Hugnatan. You could consider also si Denison, a veteran, especially the way he plays. You see the pass once again by Jackson, this time incomplete though by Kalisaan.
Robbie Celis, nice spin. Bigay kay Macaloni. Basket plus the foul.
Yeah, here's the thing with Nueva Ecija. A little bit undersized, you could say, on the floor is Robbie Celis. But offensively, what he brings to the table is not only some scoring, but some playmaking. That time, with the spin move, the drop pass, and he has a reliable 5-man in Macaloni for the finish.
Yeah, 7 points for Will Macaloni. And yan ang importante. That Bulacan game is the reason why agad-agad Will Macaloni going to work.
They finished with 19 points and 11 rebounds. To your point, ito si Will Macaloni in less than 23 minutes.
Ron Denison, switch dito. Gamboa fires and hits over Robbie Celis. A steal by Jackson. Oh! The hang time, the bump, and the basket from Sean Jackson.
The 4 straight points on the part of the San Juan, and just being careless with the basketball on the inbounds. Sean Jackson taking advantage, seizing the opportunity yung binigay sa kanya. No? Not only the task of guarding the former MVP na si JC Marcelino, but also scoring off the steal with a beautiful ala Jordan yun with the English.
He completes the three-point play.
Orlan Wamar checks in.
Yeah, extends the lead, 17-10. Ryan Costello is also in the game. Toto to Macaloni, the sidestep beauty. Galing kay Will Macaloni, 9 points in the game.
Just poor rotation defensively. 2 white shirts actually rotated doon sa role ni Macaloni on the right side. Pero pati yung dalawang yun, naiwanan pa niya with the sidestep. And another basket by Sean Jackson. This time, a 3-pointer. So that's 6 straight points for Mr. Jackson.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
He is for real.
Toto short. Ivani Jackson, solid play so far from Sean Jackson. Gamboa, jumper, short. Rebound Macaloni.
I didn't like that shot. I know Gamboa has hit a few jumpers, but I thought he should have gone underneath as his partner, his big man in Galisan, had a mismatch, a guard on him.
Celis sees a gap, layup short, no. And the stick back from Will Macaloni. Got away with a shove on Kalisan there, no call. And Macaloni is up to 11 points in the game.
Probably the easiest offensive rebound and step back you'll see in this game.
Let's see how quick Marcelino was there, pero does not end up as a turnover. It will stay with San Juan. Check out this Gixxer, great move in the game. Born for greatness. Kalkulado ang galaw ni Will Macaloni. There's a foul away from the ball. Costello has been slapped with a personal while defending Orlan Omar.
Panganiban checks in. Sabay ni Robles sila mag-matchup ngayon.
Manaytay and Jammer Hamito. Billy Robles, John Wilson, and Ryan Costello, the 5 on the floor. Here's Reynel Hognata and Papa Ray. It's always a clinic at the post when Papa Ray's around.
Surely, and you would think at this point of his career, he would need some time to warm up. Hindi uso ang diesel kay Papa Ray. Gasolina pa rin ang kanyang tangke.
Robles exploiting the mismatch. And he puts it in, 22-16. Billy Robles was the best player a couple of games back para sa Nueva Ecija. There's a foul on Costello, number 2 on Ryan.
2 quick ones.
And without JC Colliar, who has moved on to the PBA. And check out this play first, galing kay Papa Ray up against Jammer Hamito.
Ilang dekada ba natin nakita na yung tira na yan? NBA days pa yan eh.
Tama. Wamar, jumper. No, over the top. Minute and 44 remaining here in the first period. Di pa humihingi yung timeout yung parehong kupunan. Costello, Manaytay, Robles, Wilson, and Hamito. 5 for Nueva Ecija. Maiques, Wamar, Soberano, Panganiban, and Nugnatan for San Juan. Costello drives. The kick out to Billy Robles. Robles forcing this one. Nandun si Jammer. Natapik ni Dexter Maiques. Wamar to Nico Panganiban. Too strong. Rebound. Nakuha ni Billy Robles. The action has been frenetic in this first period. Costello will fire. No. Rebound, Hugnatan.
Shot selection, last 2 shots for Nueva Ecija has been questionable. At corner 3 by Robles was trying to fish for a foul. Ganun din yung kay Costello, kaya empty possession sila ron.
There's a switch here. Maiques on Robles. And he gets tied up with Dexter Maiques, a foul on the Ilonggo Superman.
Now, a chance to extend the lead obviously para kay Maiques with these 2 free throws. Managing the fouls defensively para San Juan as they have 2 more fouls to give. So if you're Nueva Ecija, maganda sana mabilis yung atake mo.
Now here's the official outfitter of the MPBL. As usual, we see the reaction from Senator Jinggoy Estrada every time his player misses a free throw.
Napapakamot.
1 for 2 for Dexter Maiques. 7-point advantage for the Knights. Under a minute to play in the first period. Timeout muna si Coach Don Dulay. We will be right back from Palayan City.
Talagang kumbaga isa yan sa kumbaga experience ko sa MPBL. So talagang pinaghandaan namin yung team nila, yung mga plays nila. So doon muna kami tumitingin nung practices, so sa maliliit na bagay. So hopefully itong game na to mabigyan natin ng magandang laban yung mga fans ng MPBL.
Coach Alex Angeles on his first season with the San Juan Knights. He was able to lead Bacoor to a South Division championship a couple of seasons back.
With Bacoor, yes, and
also last season with Caloocan.
Caloocan.
That stint was cut short. And season before that, he was actually with Bacolod as Manaytay misses from in close. Wamar. Bounce pass to Marquez, nabitawan ng bola, turnover San Juan. Bola ng Nueva Ecija. 43 seconds remaining. First quarter action dito sa Palayan City. Two undefeated teams. Wilson to Manaytay. Costello drives the runner from Ryan.
What a beautiful skip pass by Manaytay to Costello, because that skip pass allowed Costello with the drive as the defense was closing out on him. And a tough finish nonetheless by the point guard of Nueva Ecija.
Nathan against Jammer Hamito. He's got the baseline there, and there he
How
goes.
about that?
There he goes.
In his bag. Earlier, it was a fadeaway using the right shoulder. This time, goes to the left shoulder for the right-handed hook.
Three-pointer from Wilson won't go. Rebound ni Wamar. And that will do it. First quarter in the books dito sa Palayan City. Matchup between two undefeated teams. First 10 minutes sees San Juan Knights taking control with a 7-point lead.
Now these jumpers were key for San Juan to take the lead. The ability of their bigs to stretch the floor. This was the attack by Robbie Celis after the spin move. And Papa Ray, this was the second move. Pinakita na isa siyang player na kaliwanan. Kaya sa kaliwa, kaya sa kanan. 25-15, 18 San Juan.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Meanwhile, let's go to Mika Abisamis.
Like you said, Sidel, ramdam natin ang tension dito sa loob ng Coliseum. Exact feeling of Coach Alex Angeles. But he said, I need to stay calm and love the pressure. Pag kaya ng coach kumalma, nakukuha din ng players. As they did their usual Bible study last night with Senator Jinggoy Estrada, they still stay humble, composed, and with hope to keep doing what they do best. They have been talking about how Sean Jackson could eventually come out like this. Tubong Las Vegas, Nevada, where he played a lot of ball growing up, was always comfortable being a wingman. He hopes to be of great help to Orlan. I hope we get to start something good together, he said. Sila of Coach Chris.
Maraming salamat, Mika. And Sean Jackson has come in and made a big impact in that strong start of San Juan so far. Papa Ray misses the three, and field goal shooting. Both, I think, excellent. More possessions lang, more shots lang for San Juan.
Well, because San Juan had a total of 3 offensive rebounds compared to 1 for Nueva Ecija. Kaya +4 yung kanilang attempts with 21 compared to only 17. A good defense by Wamar. Just, keeping his ground, putting his hands up, putting a wall on Costello and forcing a much tougher shot. Kaya airball yun. Turnover. Bola ngayon sa Knights.
Sean Jackson, and that was the trump card. Unang labas galing kay Coach Alex Angeles. Titingnan natin kung ano pa yung kanyang pwedeng ilabas dito. Marquez with a spin. The up and under won't go. Rebound nakuha ni Billy Robles. They have numbers here, Nueva Ecija. Robles, bigay kay Manaytay. To the corner. Travel.
So, failing to exploit yung 5-on-4 advantage as Marquez, possession prior after the spin move, falls down. But sprinting back though, and then the help defense and the recovery, and because he sprinted down, eventually forced yung extra steps laban sa Nueva Ecija.
Nathan on the other side this time. 7th turnover for Nueva Ecija. Papa Ray, well defended, uses the right hand this time. Ang ganda ng adjustment ni Jammer, but Nico Panganiban is there for the stick back.
Because he knew Papa Ray was determined after 2 straight baskets in the last quarter to take that shot, and he was in position para sa rebound with the stick back.
Wilson, the former San Juan Knight. John Wilson. The basket plus the foul from John Wilson. John Wilson determined to show everyone that he can still make an impact for a championship team like Nueva Ecija.
Well, anytime you're a former MVP of this league, a 20-point scorer, and then you're put into a situation wherein your role is going to be different. John Wilson has certainly shown that he has embraced that role and certainly willing to sacrifice and accept yung mga bagay na kaya niyang gawin at yung mga hindi niya kayang gawin at yung sakripisyo na kailangan para manalo ng kampyonato dito sa Nueva Ecija.
It's a solid pick provided by Orlando Omar on the roll from Dexter Marquez. Easy too.
Sila na naman. Last game sila yun ah.
Oo, pero this time, hindi si Wamar nagpasa. Nagpick lang siya. JC Marcelino has yet to get going in this ball game. Orlando Omar. Usually there are stretches in the game that Orlando Omar takes over. Marquez, fake, labas, steal, Wilson. And John Wilson will get the easy two.
A poor decision by Marquez. Was able to drive already. I thought he should have swung the ball, reversed it to the other side. There was a slight 2-on-1. I believe was Hugnatan and Panganiban. But instead it resulted sa turnover. Layup na libre sa kabila.
Lalo masikip dun sa kabila. Na kay Dexter Marquez ngayon, Manaytay defending him.
Another turnover.
Back-to-back turnovers. Robles, Manaytay, hang time move, no. Robles trying to, he rushed the putback. Manaytay powers through. And it's 29-25, Nueva Ecija within 4, but Coach Alex Angeles with those back-to-back turnovers, trying to calm down his team.
Ang gandang advantage when you have young legs, no? Tumakbo sa outside lane, napasahan, nagmintis, sticks with it, Manaytay na reward na doon sa pangalawang pagkakataon.
The matchups, of course, Walmart and JC is going to be fun to watch. Dexter and Wilma Coloni, Calasan Robbie. I mean, there's a lot of matchups all around, so it should be fun. You know, Coach Alex has been around since, Bacoor, Caloocan, and he's a very good defensive coach. And it looks like they've been gelling. They improved as a team. The system looks well. And we're excited to play against them.
Coach Don Dulay speaking highly of his counterpart in the San Juan bench, Coach Alex Angeles. But you know what I like about that? It's too real because there's a tricycle in the background.
Yes. Good observation.
Marcelino, 3-on-1 break. Jammer for 2. 2-point lead na lang dito for San Juan.
Turnovers.
Look at how... Oh, they forgot about Orland. Corner 3. Pasok yan!
Oh, what an answer by Orlan Omar after the turnover by San Juan that resulted into a layup. Extends the lead back to 5.
You know, Orlan Omar is so deadly with the ball in his hands, but off the ball,
Ganda rin kumilos,
my
no?
gosh, he is underrated sa ganyang aspeto ng laro niya. Manaytay faces up and banks it in over Marquez.
Love that shot. Reminds me of a legend. You might have heard of it. His name is Tim Duncan.
Absolutely. Wamar trying to take charge. Misses the 3. Calisan and Cranian Veloria come in. This is the 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
And that's the advantage of having a guy like Reynel Hugnatan. because he's not only a reliable player, he's also a smart player. Tulad ng play na yun, pagpasa sa kanya ng bola, alam niya na, no, malilibre. Etong si Orlan Wamar doon sa left corner, hindi na nagdalawang isip, pagkatanggap, pinasa kagad.
No, they're not going to challenge it. Blocking foul on Orlan Omar. And a driving JC Marcelino. Wilson goes inside. John Wilson is fouled by Cranial Viloria.
John Wilson has certainly been aggressive, no? Yung dalawang atake niya, that being the second one on the left side of the floor. This was the fast break.
Last break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere. And Nueva Ecija won the series against San Juan in Season 4 North Division Finals. Season 5, San Juan eliminated them in the
second round, I believe.
Yeah, conference semifinals. Oh, they forgot about Cranium. Again, Orlan Omar, the vision of Orlan Omar, the league's top assist man, 8.7 assists per game. Manaytay, mintis ang kanyang 3 rebound ni Viloria. Papa Ray running the floor on the other side. Orlan Omar against Manaytay, probing, bigay kay Nico Panganiban. That's a 3, that's short. Here's JC Marcelino pushing. Marcelino in the lane, drop off to Jammer Hamito, trying to gain control, in and out. Panganiban secures the rebound, now with Wamar. Orlan makes his move, drop off again. Panganiban is fouled by Billy Robles. This is the assist of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Off the dribble, no, I believe on the right side of the head of was that JC Marcelino?
Yes.
Yeah, of JC Marcelino. Marcelino, by the way, has yet to score in this game. Both of them. Take your pick.
Well, JC does have 3 rebounds and 3 assists.
But compared to his counterpart, yung matchup, you know, Omar has 3 points, but has lesser rebounds and only has 1 assist.
36-31, San Juan in the lead. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half. We'll be right back. Boss Bon Cuevas, our host here in Malayan City. "15 points against Bulacan, Christian Manaytay, including a putback jam that caught everyone by surprise."
I saw that.
Meanwhile, let's go to Mika Abisamis.
Christian Manaytay obviously very effective immediately this season coming off his UST stint. I asked Coach Rob Wainwright as the big man coach how it is mixing Manaytay with huge names in Macaloni, Hamito, and Robbie Celis. He said great. He's very humble, very coachable, strong, but not taking over anybody. Sabi naman ni Manaytay, "I know my role as a rookie. I will never step on anybody, especially my big brothers." And Cap Robbie Celis said this, "I want him to be the new face of Nueva Ecija. I always tell him, it's your time, Christian. Sipagan mo pa." Big words from Cap Rob. Si Dels Coach Chris.
Thank you so much, Minka. Your namesake,
Yeah.
Christian Manaytay.
And I saw that dunk, by the way, and my first reaction, actually I had 2 reactions. Ang unang reaction ko, wow. My second reaction was a prayer. Really, sabi ko, Lord, life is truly unfair. because Christian din naman ang pangalan ko, galing din naman akong UST. Pero bakit ako, kahit nung kabataan ko, hindi ko magawa yung gano'n, yung putback slam na yon. And, well, what a highlight that was for Christian Manaytay. And truly, he was a handful. You know, back in his collegiate days, especially the last 2 years, ang malaking improvement talaga ni Manaytay. And I think to me, yung biggest asset ni Manaytay, aside from his rebounding, his finishing, is his toughness inside.
And you know, he's, from my observation in his first few games here in the NBA, he's very level-headed.
Tama.
Doesn't get carried away. Always even-keeled kahit anong pressure na laro. Di ko nakikita yan na masyadong nagre-reklamo. Doesn't get too emotional with the stuff that's happening on the court. But Will Macaloni has been
A force.
a powerful force.
Yes.
36-34.
13 points, I believe.
14.
Yeah, 14 for Will.
Orlan Wamar. Inside Kalisaan. Nabitawan ng bola. Tosi Tansinko. With some great D there on the help. Macaloni quickly to Robbie Celis. Could not get the bounce. Rebounding Bill Loria. Here's Wamar. Joe M. Sabandal is in the game. Papa Ray inside. Lost it. JC Marcelino to Tosi Tansinko. Nice fake. Tosi finishes. Tie game at 36 with 3 minutes to play in the first half. And Coach Alex Angeles calls timeout.
Defense fueling their offense. The stop right here, the fake and the basket. Two impactful plays by Tansinko to force a timeout by San Juan.
Will Macaloni finished with 19 points against Bulacan, 11 rebounds as well, 13 in the first half for Will. And tonight, already with 14, perfect from the field, 6 of 6 to go with his 4 rebounds. This is back to his old ways, Will Macaloni.
And as a scorer, no, itong si Will Macaloni, he's not just the type that we're in, although he's capable of having a back-to-the-basket game, yung pupuntahan mo kagad sa poste. Nakita mo sa mga highlights na yun. Mostly he was a screener. The last part, you know, he was running the lanes and got rewarded by Robbie Celis. So there's a lot that come to it. Every time you score the basketball, it's not just having the basketball, it's moving without the basketball. Tahonera makes an impact right away. After that timeout, binasok siya. Wala nang warm-up. Shoot kagad.
Grabe. Jeff Tahonera, I think he's there to defend Will Macaloni, to contain him. And look at Jeff trying to body up on Will Macaloni. That's a foul. But every time you get a three-pointer though from Jeff Tahonera,
it's a bonus.
Sobra.
Yes, it's a bonus because first of all, it stretches the floor. So it helps guys like Orlan Wamar to drive the ball inside, have more space. And I was about to say, and that's something that I think, you know, Nueva Ecija, you know, can exploit, yes, but at the same time, I don't think they should get away dun sa pinoint out natin. Macaloni giving screens, rolling, forcing the defense to rotate.
Free throw of the game brought to you by Extreme Appliances, a subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. And Macaloni adds to his tally. Tahonera back to Wamar. Orlan against another All-MPBL first-team player. He misses the three. The tap is with Celis. JC Marcelino. There's a switch. Robbie Got the step. Oh. There's a foul earlier.
The foul and an extra motion by Tahonera. After the whistle, no, mayroon pang aksyon na nangyari. Ito yung sinabi
that was the
natin,
hard foul.
That was a hard foul, clearly. And then another one afterwards. Yan ulit.
Yeah. Twice. Biseles was just asking, pa-check na lang sa review.
Oo. Kung merong rule na pwede ka makakuha ng 3 foul sa isang play, baka yun na yun eh. Kasi tatlong beses hinampas ni Tahonera si Celis. Now, you could get 2 in one instance, you know, committing a foul and getting a technical, which is equivalent to also a foul. But 3, that's something that we have yet to see. Wala pa sa rulebook yan.
Number 33, Jeff Tahonera is second. Warning on number 33, Jeff Tahonera.
So
for
only one foul.
unsportsmanlike behavior.
And unsportsmanlike warning. And syempre, pag Jeff Tahonera, nagiging crowd favorite agad yan sa mga away games. There's
Well,
a foul.
even the home games.
And there. The crowd reacting to the replay.
And this is what I love about the home and away concept. Especially when you have the big TV and then the people getting more engaged, especially if it's the home team. That's why hindi ko gusto pag minsan hindi pinapakita. Sometimes for good reason, I understand. Pero pag pinapakita natin, really, it's more for the fans.
Yeah. 40-39. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Joe M. Sabandal to Jeff Tahonera. Bigay kay Cranial Viloria. Binabatay ni Tansinko. Cranial has an advantage here. There's a switch. Cranial to Taho. 3 seconds in the shot clock. Sabandal has to fire.
Almost beat the clock right there. That ball was in and out, but Tahonera was able to get a hand in. And then getting another possession.
Oh, let's credit Tahonera for the extra possession. Viloria against Robbie Celis. Cranial fires, no good. Calisan blocked by Marcelino. Referee Mike Kinay. Tinamaan si Will Macaloni on the way down.
Nag-iiba talaga yung laro, no? Pag pumapasok si Tahonera, biglang pumapasok yung mind games eh. Suddenly, you're having second thoughts of your natural movement because you're so concerned, you know, of getting hit and yung mga extracurricular things. But really, this is more of, you know, Nueva Ecija not boxing out first and then putting themselves in a position, you know, to commit a foul. Kalisaan, I'm sure sinasabi ng iba rito, ball don't lie, na-miss yung unang free throw niya.
Great numbers there from Mike Kalisaan.
Halos double-double yan, 9.4 rebounds with 15 assists, 15 points, excuse me.
7 points and 3 rebounds so far. They get it across Nueva Ecija. Tansinko finds Celis. Nag-alangan, turnover. Calisan running the break, lost it. And a foul on Calisan. San Juan over the limit. 2 free throws coming up para kay JC Marcelino.
What a recovery by Nueva Ecija. Because it feels like this game, whichever team turns the ball over, they make them pay on the other side. At that time, Nueva Ecija naka-recover sila, no? Nakuha nila yung bola muli. And then, na-foul pa sila ngayon. Si Marcelino nasa line.
Now that's turnover number 8 for San Juan. 7 turnovers for Nueva Ecija.
They're pretty much even in the points
Okay.
from turnover. 10 para sa
Well, kanina,
Nueva and then siyam para sa San Juan.
when it was a 9-point lead because Nueva Ecija was turning the ball over.
Right.
For 9-point lead for San Juan kanina. And Gamboa returns to the floor. Manaytay is back as well for Nueva Ecija. Nueva Ecija has taken the lead here, 42-40, under a minute to play. Wamar against Macaloni now. Wamar is ahead. Wamar floats. What a shot.
Now they go for the switch. Malaking yung big man ang kumuha, no? Kay Orlan Wamar was able to beat Macaloni. But how about that
That's
finger roll?
Steph Curry-esque. Oh, steal by Viloria. A turnover para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Gamboa is fouled. 2 free throws coming up. So, tingnan natin ulit dito. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Ang layo ng finger roll na yon.
Able to beat basically tatlong green shirt. Splitting JC and Macaloni. And then that finger roll finish over the outstretched arms of Manaytay. Somewhere, natutuwa si Iceman, si George Gervin.
Lalim na naman ng hugot mo, partner.
Hindi, siya yung nagpauso.
Kaya nga eh.
Ha?
Kaya nga eh. Pero lalim nun. Lalim nun.
Ang ganda nun eh.
50 greatest players pa ng NBA ngayon.
Oo.
75 na ngayon.
75 yun. Oo. Tama ka.
Manaytay drives. Bank shot won't go. Macaloni with the cleanup. What a half for Will Macaloni. 18 points, 5 rebounds para kay Will Macaloni. And Nueva Ecija has a 1-point lead. Tajonera will fire. Misfires this time. Rebound. Tancinco nearly caught by Granian Viloria. Manaytay is not aware of the clock. What a terrific half of basketball dito sa Nueva Ecija Coliseum. Two teams,
Throwing punches.
yeah, throwing
Really.
punches and trying
Both
to...
teams receiving punches. But both teams really fighting, getting back up. That's why it's a 1-point game.
44-43, lamang ang home team Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards in this battle of the undefeated teams dito sa MPBL. We'll be right back.
Manny Pacquiao is annihilating Oscar De La Hoya. That is the most spectacular one-punch set of Manny Pacquiao's incredible career. And he fights his way off and goes down again. Straight left hand for Manny. Does he have Cotto in trouble? Manny Pacquiao is a storm. Another huge left hand by Pacquiao. Punch after punch after punch. And he backs the straight left hand. And there's the punching now. Look at the brilliant accuracy of Manny Pacquiao. Landing with both right and left hands. This is why we use the word sensation.
Obrigado, Canaliza Naves, Topper Santoma at Adrian Ramos. Alright, mga kaliga, ito naman natin Suzuki Halftime After Show Challenge. Kompleto na mga mga participants, sino na mechanics. Bawat isa may mga level sa half-court line at kapag kakasya nila, mag-uwi sila ng brand new Suzuki Bergman. First contestant natin, si Gilson Aguales. Alright, Gilson, good luck. Alright, sige mo, check natin si Gilson Aguales. Let's go! Thank you very much, Gilson. Up next, si Topper Sanadoma. Kumain sa mga parang sa inyo yung ginagawa kay Topper Sanadoma. Thank you very much, Topper. Last one, si Adrian Ramos. One last time, Palayan City. Check naman natin pagkakadaan. Si Adrian Ramos, come on! Para sa brand new Suzuki Bergman.
Alam naman natin na parehas team may pressure dito sa game na to. Pero ang importante naman, kumbaga kami nakapag-prepare, for sure sila din. So magmamatter na lang yan doon sa dulo kung sino yung talagang mas gustong-gusto yung game.
My expectations is have a good competition with San Juan. They're playing really well. I expect to be a good game the whole game. Very competitive, high energy. It's gonna be a good atmosphere tonight.
So far, so good in this battle of the undefeated. 44-43, Nueva Ecija ahead by a point against the San Juan Knights, and it's been two teams trading punches, and we both saw two teams also getting their moments in the first half para dito sa ating laro, and you see it reflects in the stats that we have here.
Totoo yan, no? Supported by the numbers. Ikang both teams shooting about 43%. Both teams making their free throws. Both teams committing turnovers, forcing really turnovers. We didn't see a lot of unforced turnovers. Both teams really playing good, hard-nosed physical defense, and both teams taking advantage as a double digit yung points of turnovers. Both teams executing also the passes, 12 and 13. The only thing that stands out negatively is that Nueva Ecija is 0 for 6 from the three-point line. And that's just the number. If you just base it on the numbers, that's just glaring. Aside from the fact that Macaloni leads all scorers by a mile with 18 points. Kabila naman, San Juan, nakita niyo yung mga numero, 7, 6, 5, and 5. No player in double figures para sa kanila, and yet this is only a 1-point game.
Interesting with the numbers there. Will Macaloni 18 points, and John Wilson has 7, Robbie Celis has 5, Manaytay has 4. Nowhere to be found is JC Marcelino,
Right?
because he averages 12 points per ball game.
He does.
Pero only 2 points in that first half, and
He
those
rebounded though and assisted.
those were 2 free throws. Galing lang sa dalawang free throw, but again, this has been a game where a mistake,
It will make you pay.
every
Yeah.
time.
And it's been all jabs. You know, we mentioned about teams throwing punches. It's been all jabs. I expect, to me, the first team to throw that knockout punch, maybe in the third quarter, and then maybe it blows the game wide open. It could happen maybe in the fourth quarter. I think the first team to have a double-digit lead is going to win this game, the way this game has been flowing.
Third quarter begins. Toto Villarreal trying to change the script immediately para sa Nueva Ecija. That's the first make from beyond the arc para sa Rice Vanguards. Toto Villarreal makes it a 4-point lead for Nueva Ecija. Dennis are trying to answer. Rebound picked up by JV Marcelino. Here's Robbie Celis. He'll wait for friends. Will Macaloni is there. Sean Jackson has started the third as well for San Juan. Toto bigay kay Robbie Celis. Looks at the clock. The drop step
What a pass.
to the corner. JV. Yes! Back to back para dito sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, and the lead is up to 7 points.
Don't you just love it when the numbers, we just say it, and then suddenly it's being displayed on the floor after being scoreless from the three-point line. They make 2 back-to-back threes. Marcelino at the basket gets fouled by Alforque.
A good challenge there by Royce Alforque, not giving up and forcing JC Marcelino to earn his points at the line.
So this was the action. A little dribble handoff, 1 dribble. Byron Villarias, they've been aching to make a 3. And this one, not sure if it was a design play, but designed or not, if it's an open shot, especially coming from a pass, you're gonna take it. Hindi naman pinahiya ni Marcelino, si Celis.
Now a 7-0 run to begin the third, 8-0 run. And Nueva Ecija has opened up a 9-point lead here sa ating third quarter. 52-43, Sean Jackson. There's a foul.
By Byron. Zone. It's the matchup.
Alforque swings it over to Denison. Gamboa drives. A beautiful sidestep galing kay Arvin Gamboa. So graceful with that move.
That's just beautiful execution by San Juan. They love that action as Byron Villarias trying to go back to back with his three. But we're gonna see it once again for sure. Now this was it. And this was the swing, sidestep, but really what triggered the action is the Alforque drive on the left side, and then the swing to the other end. You got the defense in a closeout situation, and then the counter drive by Mr. Gamboa.
52-45. Mr. Gamboa, whose dad Arnold played against Reynel Hugnatan in the NBA.
Uncle Alan. Tama ba?
Arnold.
Yeah, and then Uncle niya si Alan.
Yeah, Uncle Alan. Ron Denison misses the three. Rebound nakuha ni Robbie Celis. JV Marcelino. Macaloni. Right at the nail. Macaloni double teamed by Denison. The help coming. 11 seconds on the shot clock. And we have Mika Abisamis with us.
Thank you very much. I am with Coach Rob Waynard. Coach, it was a tight game at the half. What did you guys talk about in the dugout to get this far this time around?
It's just our execution. We're two very good teams. We're going to make our run, so we made our run, and we can obviously expect they're going to make their run. So we just got to keep executing, playing good defense, and hopefully, end game, we come out on top.
Coach, quickly, what do you want to tell all the fans inside the Coliseum tonight?
All the fans, thank you for the love and appreciation. We love to come here and play. Look at this crowd, wall-to-wall people, man. We really, they're the reason we fight so hard here. We're going to continue to fight as long as they continue to support.
Appreciate it. Coach Rob Waynard. To Coach Chris.
Thanks so much, Mika, and I'd like to thank Coach Rob Waynard for allowing us, for obliging for that interview.
Hindi recorded yun, ha?
Oh,
that,
live.
that was a live interview while the two teams are still inside playing.
52-47. We got some insight there on how. Oh, that's an
Offensive
offensive foul on Macaloni. The referee Mike Kina had a really good angle para makita yung offensive foul.
Ito yun. Ito makikita natin sa replay. They're right here, pretty much charged in using the basketball. Right there.
The push off there, but Macaloni still made the shot, by the way. Here's Jackson. As Coach Rob Waynard pointed out, it's
Execution.
and yung expectation that the other team is going to come back every time.
There's a reason why both teams are undefeated, and execution is a big part of their game.
Alforque, Kalisaan, Denison up against Toto Villarias. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gamboa, fade away. No. Rebound ends up with Alforque. Alforque picks up the loose ball after Gamboa lost it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Alforque against Manaytay. Royce with a jumper. Money para kay Royce Alforque.
How about the thrust by Gamboa right there? He was about to go to the post. He had Marcelino on him on a scramble on the cross match after the offensive rebound, trusting Alforque to make the right play and was able to score. Talk about fishing here in Nueva Ecija. Robbie Celis just did that, extending those arms on that mini up and under and getting to the line. Ito yung atake sa mismatch and puts Manaytay pretty much on mini skates, napaatras, and was able to go for the higher percentage shot.
Robbie Celis knocks down the first free throw, extending the lead to 4. And someone pretty much recovering from that early burst. Galing sa Nueva Ecija, get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. 2 for 2 for Robbie Celis. 5-point cushion. 6:24 remaining in the third. Maikes has returned for Kalisaan. Orlan Omar is back on the floor as well, together with Jackson, Alforque, Gamboa, and Maikes. Marcelino twins, Manaytay, Celis, and Villarias for the green shirts. Wamar, no look pass, Maikes.
Well, somebody forgot to rotate, and I was between, I believe, Manaytay and one of the twins on the weak side. But nonetheless, it was a terrific look underneath to Maikes.
4 assists para kay Orlan Omar to go with his 5 points. So Robbie with a jumper. Too strong, has not been there. Jumper ni Robbie Celis. Wamar 3 in transition. Knocks it down, and we are tied up again at 54.
Anytime somebody goes for a speed dribble pull-up, alam mo sino nare-remind sa akin? You're gonna be surprised by the name I'm gonna throw out. Jomer Ruby.
Lalim na naman.
Grabe. Grabe yun. Former, San Sebastian ba? Right?
And Manaytay answers right back with a 3.
I don't think even the millennials can relate to the name that I just threw out.
I think so. I've heard of that name. That's kickball. Ooh, last touch as well. 2 twins down on the floor. The twins lang. Hindi dalawa. Tapos dalawa na sila. 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme. One-stop shop appliances. Manaytay with the answer to that Wamar 3 to restore this 3-point advantage of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards.
Pangatlo na yan, no? Pangatlong 3-pointer na dito sa
in the third
quarter. All 3-pointers here in the third quarter after none in the first half.
Wamar pulls the trigger.
Short, way short, super short.
It's an air ball. 57-54. Halfway through this third period. Tingnan natin ang ating assist of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. The basket earlier from Maikes on the pass from Omar. Corner, JV for 3. That won't go. Celis gets the top. Celis with a turnaround shot, and Robbie Celis.
Footwork clinic.
But that was, nakita mo yung determinasyon ni Robbie na tapusin niya yun because he's come up short and has missed a handful of attempts in this game.
I was about to say, we mentioned Macaloni, leading scorer with 18 points. Somebody has to emerge as the second scorer. But how about Dexter Maikes? The game winner in the last game, and then back-to-back baskets. Pagkapasok niya off the bench, itong tandem na to slowly becoming a threat, that Wamar Maikes.
Well, nakita natin yan. They won the
Last
game.
season, yeah.
They won the game last time.
And then last time,
And that's Robbie Celis right there with a turnaround. Maikes had the line, 7 points so far. Completing the 3-point play here. 59-57. And there's a nugget of information that we have to share because we mentioned Jomer Ruby.
fire away.
He played for Perpetual.
Perpetual. My apologies. That's why I was unsure.
Benson de la Paz, the social media manager
Thank
of
you, sir. Thank you.
Nueva Ecija, was actually the one who...
I really knew him as a part of the PBL Tanduay team.
Yeah.
And that was a powerhouse.
Oo.
Eric Mink Tanduay team. That's why I was unsure. So, maraming salamat po.
Parang hindi natalo yun yung team natin. Gamboa pulls up, and that's a confident-looking
Nung first
Arvin
half pa
Gamboa.
confident yan Nung first half pa confident yan si Gamboa.
61-59, 2-point advantage. JC, well defended by Orlan Wamar. Alforque to Wamar, open, yes! Orlan Wamar doing it on both ends of the floor, and here he is again. But Marcelino imposing his will this time.
They might challenge this. San Juan might challenge this. They believe, ayan, they believe that it was either marginal contact or no contact at all. So this was after the three off a made basket. How about the hang time?
That's where JC Marcelino is at his best in transition.
Ito na yung challenge.
And boy, it's been a game of inches here. 63 to 62. A round countered by another run, and we have a coach's challenge, and we'll be right back.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. There is no foul.
So there's no foul. Dito yung drive and transition. Iniwasan ni Alforque ang contact. And there's also no contact on Orlan Wamar.
Just still a basket. Nonetheless, but you save a foul, obviously on the part of San Juan, and a free throw.
It's back to a 1-point lead for Nueva Ecija. Sa bandal, Gamboa against Celis. Arvin, another jumper. He will get the bounce. Arvin Gamboa with 9 points in the game. He averages just 5.8 points per ball game and 4.9 rebounds. Pero meron na siyang 9 na puntos sa larong to. Robles to Celis. Costello, Manaytay, baba kay Robbie Celis. Another well-executed play para dito sa Nueva Ecija. 2.5 minutes to play. They're up by 1 here in the third. There's a foul.
Pinag-usapan pa lang yan no? Doon sa interview ni Mika kay Rob Wainwright. How important execution is. You see the switch here after the dribble handoff and then the feed from high to low to Robbie.
Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Orlan Wamar is at the line after the foul by Manaytay. That's the first one to drop, Orlan Wamar.
Yeah, that's something to look out for because nabanggit natin, no, the challenge saves a foul. Or I believe that was Maikes or Kalisan, one of the two. And it saves a team foul for them. Dalawa pa lang ang team foul ngayon ng San Juan, which means they have 2 more to give. Sa kabaglang panig naman, Nueva Ecija already in the penalty. That could spell a difference sa depensa ng Nueva Ecija for the last 2 minutes of this quarter.
Wilson gets the handoff up against Sabandal. Wilson, wow, what a move, John Wilson. Reminding us who he is. Offensive foul, Dexter Maikes. Ryan Costello is down on the floor. I think these are former teammates of San Sebastian. Costello and Maikes.
Alam mo si Delph, some players may mga kinakain before the game that helps them. Palagay ko ngayong gabi, pansit ka to ng kinain nito, yung mga instant noodles kasi instant offense ang nakikita natin for the former MPBL MVP na si John Wilson. Now, it's not the best of choices, healthiest, but hey, if it works for you, it works for you.
Sabihin ko na sana eh.
But I know you get it because our viewers certainly do. Paborito ng bayan yan, by the way.
67 to 66.
Wala akong brand na sinabi, bahala na kayo.
Wamar, crossover, blocked by Manaytay. It will stay with San Juan. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Double cross pa dun si Orlan Wamar, pero huling-huli ni Manaytay. That's a hold on Manaytay. 2 free throws coming up for Maikes.
Ito sinasabi natin. Now, every foul from the 2-minute mark committed by Nueva Ecija is going to result into free throws. And sometimes, you know, it not only helps San Juan obviously to put points on the board, yung rhythm mo nawawala eh. Kasi nasa-set up yung depensa ng San Juan, and every time you have your defense set, it fuels their offense on the other end every time they get a stop, because obviously tumataas ang percentage every time you have the defense 5-on-5.
And San Juan is making free throws right here. They're 10 of 13 at the line so far. Costello. Wilson fires and hits.
Ano sabi ko sa'yo? 10 points for John Wilson in limited minutes, less than 12 minutes. 3 of 4 total field goals para sa kanya.
Wilson is now the second leading scorer sa Bandal. And Wilson acknowledges the foul.
Right now, but initially, hindi. Tingnan natin sa replay. Pero dito, naiwanan lang ng sandali. Did not even hesitate. Nothing but net.
Wilson, there was a time when he was the main man for San Juan. So Bandal missed the free throw. That was season 3, I believe.
Right?
He was playing alongside Mike
Cardona.
Mike, no more.
Wala naman si Macmac nun?
Season 2 si Macmac.
Okay. Hindi ba sila nag-abot?
Nag-abot sila.
Nag-abot
Kasabay
sila,
sila. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Maraming salamat.
You're referring to the MVP year.
Yeah, the MVP year. Mike Ayonayon.
Ayonayon.
Jonah Clarito.
Yes.
But they were together in the championship. And I think lumabas sa timeline ko yun recently. April 25 or 26.
Right.
And
it's really where timelines are being helpful. No?
kaya nga eh.
It digs down deep into our memories and then helps us remember.
Costello for 3. Papa Ray will be whistled for the foul. And nasa penalty na rin ng San Juan. And 2 free throws coming up para kay Jammer Hamito. But this is the quarter where we did not see a lot of Will Macalone. He's stuck at 18 points, but the 3-point shooting has come to the fore here para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
0 for 6, tulad na nabanggit natin ng first half. 3 na na-shoot nila. Set the tone to start this game, the first 2 minutes. One by Byron, the other one by JV Marcelino in the left corner.
Amito split at the line. 3-point lead, Nueva Ecija. Grabe, playoff vibe dito ang larong to. 71-68. Sa Bandal, trying to get away the kick out. Papa Ray able to keep it in play. Trying to test the defense of Robles. He lost it. No call. Wilson on the move. Behind the back. Tancinco lays it in. Using the left hand. Impact plays galing kay John Wilson there. Feeding Ralph Tancinco. Viloria out to Maikes. The 3 short. Wilson with the rebound. Wilson feeling it. Fires. No. And Maikes grabs the rebound and Costello bats it away. Bola ng San Juan. 22 seconds remaining here in the third. Check out this fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig. Free installation for split-type air conditioners. That's Tosi Tancinco with the finish.
Reynal Hugnatan trying to take advantage of the smaller Robles. Turns it into a turnover. And was a Wilson-led fast break with the behind-the-back pass. There's one more. Trying to close out this quarter with a bang with that 3-pointer. That's Cinco from half court, wala. And that has to be deflating because I just saw Don Dulay signaling to John Wilson to take the last shot. He takes the shot, and then San Juan gets the possession. Instead, it results into a 3 for San Juan. With their momentum, they will have first possession to start the fourth.
Highlights of the game brought to you by Simplus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevator hydration, again, a quarter where two teams traded runs. And that sets up for what should be a grandstand finish dito sa Palayan City in Nueva Ecija. The battle of the undefeated going to the final quarter with Nueva Ecija, the home team, leading by 2 against San Juan. That's the Wilson family along with Billy Robles' wife. Micah there, Gixer fan of the game, born for greatness. Wow, that was a... Grabe yung third quarter na yun, Christian.
Well, it was a battle in which we thought, napag-usapan natin, no, na the way this game has been flowing after 2 quarters, as you see the attendance, 3,000 dito sa Nueva Ecija. No, napag-usapan natin, the jabs thrown, the punches thrown in the first 2 quarters. And then trying for the knockout punch possibly to start the third quarter. Both teams have yet to lead in double figures in this game.
Yeah.
Biggest lead is only 9. That 2 quick 3-pointers, no, na sinimulan, as you see, almost a 30-point quarter for both teams. Huge scoring, for both teams, and that's why lamang yung San Juan ng dalawa or Nueva Ecija ng dalawa to start the fourth.
But Reyna Lugnatan opens the fourth quarter with a short stab there.
The thing is, you could say that they could have led more. That was a 6-point swing, I thought.
Yeah.
6-point swing. Why? Because we talked about, them having the last shot. You look at the lead changes and deadlocks. 13 lead changes, 7 deadlocks. Instead of getting the last shot, nagkaroon pa ng pagkakataon yung San Juan, and it ends up as a 3 for Wamar. And then, dalawa na lang yung kalamangan. John Wilson for 3 off the inbounds. Wala.
The foul on Costello. So it's turned into a 5-0 run.
And going back to the last 22 seconds of the third.
Alam mo yun yung nakikita natin 7-0 run, 5-0 run, 8-2 run. That has been the story of this game.
But anytime, you're in a playoff atmosphere type of a game, every possession is just critical.
Just difficult to make mistakes here. That's just the nature of the business. Maikes, foul away from the ball.
Unsportsmanlike.
Anspo. Jammer Hamito. Bagsak si AC Soberano.
They will review this. But remember, kung inconclusive to, and that's the worst scenario, right? Or maybe the safest scenario, I take it back. And then the call would stand. Pero tingnan natin dito.
It was a foul.
Hindi, yeah. Hindi unsportsmanlike foul to, sa tingin ko.
Or
was it above the shoulder?
Or
sometimes kasi yun ang pasayan.
Or nag-extend ba?
I don't think, though. Maybe we have to see it again. But I don't think it should be an unsportsmanlike foul.
So it's been downgraded. Word from our OIC technical head. Kanina, di ko na na-bring up
Ano yun?
Si Coach Louie Gonzalez.
Tama. Joby Ruby?
Hindi.
Yes.
Yung,
First foul on Jammer Hamito.
mukhang ito daw yung pinakamagaling na Christian, si Christian Manaytay sa Hindi joke.
JB and JC
Galing US.
Marcelino checking back in for Ryan Costello.
Always
and
watching.
Francis Ancinco.
Si Konsehal or Kagawad, Raymond Binuya also watching.
Ako sasabihin ko na sa kanya kung sino pinakamagaling.
Polnick Tower.
Chris din yun. Yun lang yung ni-retire na number. Chris Cantonhos. Pero hindi Christian yan.
Chris lang.
Alam ko, Christopher yata si Kuya Chris.
AC Soberano. A foul on Jammer Hamito. And there's a whistle.
Pero alam mo bakit Baste ang unang naisip ko? Kasi naisip ko rin yung the late Buboy Tanigi.
Yeah.
Mahusay na gwardiya rin. Yung galing Baste yun. Sure ako. Saka naging magkakampihan sa Tanduay. PBL Tanduay.
I was a big fan of Buboy Tanigi.
Grabe yung team na yun.
I was a big fan. And I remember them playing in Bacolod. He was in high school. Oh, steal.
Agaw.
Marcelino. Finds his twin. Fake. No. One of the rare times
In their lives.
that JC and JV Marcelino fast break was foiled. And it took 4 white shirts.
Ang history niyan, sa backyard pa nila nung mga bata pa sila.
Oo. Viloria misses on the jumper. JC Marcelino. Good job by Crania fronting, but Jammer Hamito knocks down the jumper.
Good flash to the ball
Relax na relax
by
si boss.
Jammer, no? And the read, even before he gets the pass, alam niya na, libre siya. Kaya confident na yung kanyang jumper.
Soberano, Wilson doing a great job moving his feet defensively. Maikes. Again, Wilson. Hold Nathan for 3. Oh, Wamar just took that away from Macaloni. Parang ano no? Bata na kinuha na ng bola.
That's something na kailangan makita ulit natin. Because I'm not sure kung binaba niya yung bola, no? And anytime you do that, it favors the guards. Catch and shoot.
San Juan unable to capitalize on that steal. Pero here comes Nueva Ecija. The spin cycle and the finish. The former MVP, JC Marcelino. You know what? This is too big of a game for JC Marcelino not to make an impact.
This is why I love being here. Because we heard the oohs and ahs even before the shot. Doon sa spin move pa lang, narinig mo na sa crowd. At ang maganda ron, tinapos pa niya with the main free throw.
78-73. Marcelino all-around game. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. On 5 of 5 free throws. Orlan Romar is fouled by JV Marcelino.
And this time, aside from the number, you could easily distinguish who is who between the Marcelino twins. Dahil ang may bulak sa ilong ay si JV.
And then may band sa kanang kamay ay
Right.
si JC. Also wearing the Kobe 4 gold medals. Naka-ja shoes si JV. We have
Nice.
tagal natin di nakita si Mike Calisano on the floor. It looks like ngayon pala siya babalik. Christian.
Maganda rin kasi nilaro ni Maikes, especially in that stretch late in the third quarter. Really made an impact. They're going to need Calisan. He's most likely going to finish the game. Has 9 points, 4 boards, 1 dime in 16 minutes of play.
17 points now for Orlan Wamar. He's Orlan Wamar, I think, a little bit of both scorer and playmaker tonight. On most nights, he is Orlan Wamar, the playmaker. On other nights, he's Orlan Wamar, the scoring
scorer.
machine.
Iba-iba mga sombrero na ito eh. Meron din siyang sombrero na mixed.
Wilson spins, finds Hamito underneath. Jammer Hamito coming alive here in the fourth quarter with 2 critical baskets to extend the lead to 5, 80-75. Kalisan,
Kick ball.
kick ball.
Oh, what a drive right here by John Wilson. But how about the spacing created by the Nueva Ecija offense on this instance? Got all the space he needs, and after the spin move, the late drop, the jumper for the easy finish.
AC, lumapit. Labas kay Cranial Viloria. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Viloria is smothered. It will stay with San Juan. No call there. 2 on the shot clock. Soberano will inbound. Viloria has to fire. Air ball. Wilson on the run. Waits for JC. Marcelino misses the layup. Papa Ray secures the rebound. San Juan has numbers. And Orlan Omar keeps the ball. Wamar fires. It's over the top.
I didn't like that shot. I thought they had an advantage already. He could have gotten a much better shot in the corner with Panganiban wide open. Soberano rather. But instead, it's a missed shot. And right now, possession will go back to the Vanguards.
JV Marcelino. Jumper from JV. JV Marcelino makes it a 7-point lead for Nueva Ecija. 82-75. Under 6 minutes to play.
Big stop coming up for the Rice Vanguards. You can force a timeout if you make a stop here and a score on the other end para mabawasan ang timeout ng San Juan.
Hugnatan fires. No. Wilson rebound. Binigay kay JC Marcelino. Now with JV. JV to Robbie. Robbie puts it in. 9-point lead. Nueva Ecija. Timeout San Juan. Rice Vanguards are rolling at home in front of the Rice Vanguards faithful.
Well, we talked about getting the stop and scoring on the other end. We didn't know how fast it would be, but anytime you have the Marcelino twins, there's a reason why we call them turbo. They speed the game up, and because of that fast break, it forced a timeout for Coach Alex Angeles. San Juan down by 9.
Back at the Nueva Ecija Coliseum with their numbers so far, obviously JC still hopes to do better in the fourth. Still not satisfied, but already starting with JV. Orlan Omar Jr. though, clearly an easy option for one of the best players of the league ever. But to take you back a bit, sabi niya, buong buhay ko nagsisikap ako, Mika. Mula sa pagtakbo ko pabalik sa bahay, pag sinisigawan ako ng nanay ko ng Orly, pag inuutusan daw kasi siya bumili ng suka, dumadaan siya saglit sa court. Nagsisikap ulit siya nung third stringer pa lang siya nung 2019 to Hiruta and Iset. He just remembers having a breakout game against Manila. 20 points na pinapanood daw niya hanggang ngayon for motivation. Sabi ko sa kanya, ngayon ba nararamdaman mo na normal na lang tong 20 points sa'yo? Sabi niya, hindi. Nagsisikap naman ako ngayon bigyan ng championship ang San Juan. The pagsisikap never stops. For what CJ Isit and Aaron Hiruta now call Mr. Franchise. Sa Delph, Coach Chris.
Orlan Omar Jr. is the franchise player of the San Juan Knights, and what a story for him, coming from the depths of the lineup and right now leading the charge for this team. They're down by 9, but alam natin, anything is possible. Any team has a chance if they have an Orlan Omar, to borrow Jimmy Butler's press conference right there. Pero alam mo, ang layo na narating niya, Christian.
Oh.
And when you when Mika talks about that 20-point game against Manila, a breakout game, and up to now watching that,
Yeah,
says a lot about this guy.
because it keeps you grounded. No, and in the business world, it's just one of those rags to riches kind of story. In the basketball world, it's really similar because there's always a story behind the success of somebody, especially in the life of an athlete. There's just so much poured in, blood, sweat, and tears. And even in that regard, yung John Wilson hits a jumper on a catch and shoot situation, even yung pambili ng suka, naaalala mo. Because those were the days wherein kung saan ka nanggaling, at alam naman natin, hindi mo pwedeng kalimutan kung saan ka nanggaling.
The first double-digit lead of the game, courtesy of John Wilson. Gamboa with a tip-in, and John Wilson has a wonderful story himself.
Ay, grabe yan.
A former tricycle driver.
Oh. It was so touching, I even shared it in my timeline. We're not even friends on Facebook.
JC Marcelino goes to Robbie Celis. Atake ni Robbie. Drop off kay Will. Last touch ng San Juan.
Grabe yung disiplina ron ni Robbie Celis para iwasan yung bola in between his legs. Talino.
The Rice Vanguards up by 8. 4 minutes remaining in this battle between the two remaining undefeated teams in the MPBL. We'll be right back. Fan of the game brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Nabigla pa siya yata. Siya yung napili. Nonetheless, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us here inside the Nueva Ecija Coliseum in Palayan City. So the Tupas with Christian Wanzon and Mika Abisamis at courtside, 3,000 in attendance. It's capacity filled dito sa Nueva Ecija Coliseum. We'd like to thank our host as well, Boss Bong Cuevas of Nueva Ecija. 86-78, that's Commissioner Kenneth Durendes right there. Robbie, that's a shot clock violation. So they get the stop. San Juan.
I'm not sure if that's the shot they wanted or the shot designed for. Nueva Ecija right now over the limit with 4 minutes remaining in this game. We talked about San Juan being over the limit in the last 5 minutes of the third quarter and how that played out. Gave a couple free throws to them.
Nice. Again, deflected. Those quick hands by the Turbo Twins just causing all sorts of problems. Lamar, Marcelino, they're all down on the floor. These players are as tough as they come dito sa liga natin.
Totoo yan, no? But Roland Lamar still lying down. He seems to be okay, just taking his time para itayo siya ng mga kasama niya.
86-78. What a battle this has been. Ball was deflected there.
Ayun, tuhod niya.
Ball was loose. Agawan, nobody really getting clear possession of the basketball. So a jump ball, a possession. Arrow pointing to San Juan. They have the ball here. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Wamars.
What a pass.
To
What
Kalisaan.
a pass.
Basket plus the foul. And Mike Kalisaan, they need him here down the stretch.
Talk about taking advantage of lesser height. Pinadaan sa ilalim. Squeaking that bounce pass in between two green shirts for Kalisaan. Right here, may kasama pang foul. Si Wamar still holding on his right knee. There's a challenge though.
Yeah, they will challenge the call.
Doon sa foul.
Doon sa foul.
But the basket will still count. Nangyari to kanina on the part of Marcelino on the fast break.
We will be right back for the result of this challenge.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. There is no foul.
So successful challenge here para sa Nueva Ecija. There's no foul. Just a terrific move galing kay Mike Calisan. And the pass from Orlan Omar.
Yun ang legit na hang time. Sa atin iba eh. Yung spelling M.
Ham time.
Hang time.
JV Marcelino gets it across. Celis. They are up by 6. Naagaw ni Panganiban. Counter steal. John Wilson finds Celis. Celis. Umeresi. Celis and Groby. Celis with a fine finish up top.
What a strong finish. Pinakita pa yung bola. Pinitpit pa. Robbie Celis. What a half for him.
Panganiban inside the paint. Off the feed from Orlan Omar. Celis finds a way inside, finger roll miss. Macaloni there to clean it up. 90-82, and the size of the Rice Vanguards now giving San Juan problems. Quick hands, ball is loose. Picked up by Robbie Celis. It's with JC Marcelino, JV. And JC says we'll wait. We have to be patient. The Rice Vanguards. Marcelino attacks. And the stars are coming out to play. Para dito sa Rice Vanguards. JC Marcelino, John Wilson, Robbie Celis, and Will Macaloni sharing the load, all getting their time in the limelight sa laban na to.
Putting pressure at the rim. What you like about the last few possessions ng Nueva Ecija, they have not settled for jumpers. Everything that you're seeing here is high percentage shots, everything at the rim.
It's a 10-point lead for Nueva Ecija. 92-82, 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining. Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes in the middle. On his left, our birthday boy, Rudy Distrito. On his right, our head of operations, Emer Oreta, Bosbon Cuevas. Enjoying the action from courtside. His Rice Vanguards have a 10-point lead. Calisan, no. Maikes. Oh, basket plus the foul. 3-point play opportunity para kay Dexter Maikes. Not a lot of time taken out sa possession na yun.
Everybody was surprised because it was a pretty weak whistle blow. Not sure if there was a call, but there was a foul called. Marginal contact, whistle nonetheless. 3-point play coming up, and this is what I mean with the weak whistle. No? Challenge ngayon si Nueva Ecija dun sa tawag na yan.
And we will be right back para sa resulta ng challenge na to.
Upon review, the challenge was successful. There was some foul.
Another successful challenge for Coach Don Dulay.
That's no surprise because from my experience of pretty much playing the last 3 decades of my life, every time it's a weak whistle. Sa Tagalog, yung mahinang pito, usually undecided yung naging pito doon. And that's why I thought that was a smart challenge by Coach Don Dulay.
2-on-1, Robbie Celis, up. What a finish from Robbie Celis.
And contrary to just what happened, Sedelf, on the other end, that strong move by Robbie Celis, we heard 2 whistles, 2 loud whistles. Nakasabay pa yung crowd, and this was definitely a foul. 2+1 special coming up. What a special half for Robbie Celis after scoring only 5 points in the first half. This will be his 20th point if he makes the free throw.
And we saw Robbie Celis struggle in that first quarter, but you know, alam mo naman si Robbie, he is one player who, again, a rare breed in the MPBL, never gets too high, never gets too low. And ito, ang resulta nun. He did not get the struggle get into his head dito sa laro natin. Makaloni, that won't go. 84-95, naghahabol ang San Juan.
What a move!
Unable to finish.
Nawala lang yung bola. I tell you, yung improvement from an offensive skill point ni Arvin Gamboa has been evident this season.
Only a matter of time here for Nueva Ecija to putting the icing on the cake. Robbie Celis. That's night-night.
More of a thank you prayer. Really an amen. Tulad ng gesture na pinakita niya habang patakbo sa kabila with that step-back jumper.
97-84. Nueva Ecija on their way to an 11-0 record. Nueva Ecija still perfect here at home. 2-0 kanilang record. Defeated Basilan 71-66. That was a dogfight. They were controlled but hindi sila, you know, hindi nagpabayad rin yung Basilan. 11-0 so not yet. 10-0 still. We will have to wait for the final buzzer here. Maikes shoots and scores. Only 2 seconds taken away. It's an 11-point advantage. Marcelino able to get the inbound. And the man of the hour, Robbie Celis. This is the second big game, okay? Second big game where Robbie Celis
A showdown.
showed out in the clutch. Against Pangasinan, he took over in overtime.
I remember. Yeah, that was in Pangasinan.
That
right?
was in Pangasinan.
Yeah, I don't remember the numbers sa larong yun. Well, I think the key to his game tonight, which something na nabanggit natin kanina, everything was inside the arc. You look at the numbers, he has yet to attempt a three-pointer. And that's something, probably the first time in his MPBL career. Usually at least may isang attempt to si Robbie Celis because we all know he has a touch from the outside.
Susubukan niya
But
talaga.
it feels like there's been a conscious effort in the approach sa larong ito that I don't know if it's him or maybe from the coaching staff. Now, you know, Robbie, everything has to be in the paint. Everything has to be at the rim. Now, napansin natin, you know, nakita natin, nabanggit natin yung struggles niya ng first half. Only scored 5 points. McAloney, 18 points. McAloney finishes the game with 20 points. So this has been, you know, the Robbie Celis half, and everything has been at the rim.
Well, what a luxury, though. Will McAloney scores 2 points in the second half.
Right, and the free throws support that too. 6 of 7, by the way, for Robbie.
And then you have John Wilson in the third quarter. JC Marcelino here in the fourth, coming alive. And Robbie Celis able to take over in crunch time and, you know, finish off San Juan. Nueva Ecija.
This was a quality game.
Nueva Ecija is the only unbeaten team in the MPBL 7th season. The Rice Vanguards conquer San Juan here at home in Palayan City. Coach Don Dulay, you know, ano lang eh, no emotion whatsoever, very nonchalant. He knows there are more challenges ahead, but you gotta savor this win. This is a quality victory. Best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet, and what a performance from Robbie Celis, especially in those last 3 minutes.
Ano pa bang masasabi natin? Nabanggit na natin, you know, for the last 2 minutes, yung pangalan niya, you know, over and over again. But really a collective effort on the part of Nueva Ecija. Just like San Juan, 4 players finished in double figures. The all-around game by JC Marcelino on both ends. He finished the game with 11 points, 5 rebounds, 8 dimes, and 5 steals. McAloney with 20 points. John Wilson, well, he was instant offense for them. You know, 14 points on 62% shooting. Both teams shot the ball well. You know, Nueva Ecija 50%, San Juan 45%. This is not a high-scoring ball game, not a low-scoring one too. What a quality game we just had.
Final score, Nueva Ecija 97, San Juan 86. Let's go to Mika.
Maraming salamat, Cap. Congratulations. You did something tonight that is starting to be your specialty, closing out the games. Yung tulong mo talaga sa dulo, Cap. Kumusta tong experience na to para sa'yo?
First of all, syempre, I want to thank God for this win. Talagang pinaghandaan namin sila kasi parehong undefeated, tapos home court pa namin. So, hindi yan about sa akin. Lagi ko sinasabi, it's all about the team, from the coaches to the players to the staff. Lahat kami nagtatrabaho. So, this game, kinikredit ko to sa mga coaches dahil maganda yung scouting nila and yung game plan nila.
Cap, napag-usapan mo yan, no? Keeping the undefeated record para sa'yo, what does this say about your team at this point of the competition?
Well, we try to stay humble. No, wala pa kaming napapatunayan this season. So, ako personally, hungry ako. No? So, every day we have to work hard. Every day we have to parang mag-improve as a team, as an individual.
It keeps you hungrier, Cap. Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Yes, unang-una nagpapasalamat ako sa buong Cuevas family, especially kay Boss Bong Cuevas, kay Ma'am Ryan, and sa buong Cuevas family. Binabati ko rin yung family ko, sa wife ko, kay Donna, sa dalawa kong anak, kay Daniel, kay Rob. Good luck bukas, may game sila sa Junior MPBL. And sa lahat ng mga tropa dyan, sa Feria, sa Diliman, sa Basambong, nagpapabati si Michael Santos, Ray Santa Maria, Ogie Wangko, and si Dennis Arrieta. And shout out sa lahat ng mga masisipag na gwardiya dyan sa North Green Hills. Ayun. Thank you.
Cap, napuno tong Nueva Ecija Coliseum ngayong gabi dahil sa lahat ng taong to na sumuporta sa inyo. Ano gusto mo sabihin sa kanila?
Sa lahat ng Nubosihano na nanonood ngayon, maraming salamat po sa suporta. Thank you, thank you.
Maraming salamat. Robbie Celis, player of the game, is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Si Duff and Coach Chris.
Wow, what a game. And what a performance from Robbie Celis there. You know, a lot of can be talked about this ball game, but you know, we don't have a lot of time because we will resume on Monday. Pahinga muna kami bukas, pero biyaheng Orion Bataan ng inyong liga. 4 p.m. Abra versus Bacolod. 6 p.m. This is a good one. 2 North Division contenders including the defending champions Pampanga taking on Caloocan, and in the 8 p.m. game another North Division encounter in the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys against the 1 Bataan Risers. So that's it for us. A terrific game. The battle of the undefeated delivers para dito sa lahat ng MPBL fans. For my partner, Coach Christian Luanzon, Mika Abisamis, our courtside reporter, for all our fantastic staff, our production team, everyone here involved in the MPBL, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsuporta sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Ito po si Delf Tupa saying good night from Palayan City.